Arabian Hotel Investment Conference 2017. The theme is Catalyst for Change. So looking at the changes in the pipeline for Marriott. So two perspectives. First of all, development here and across the Middle East.
I think in the Middle East right now we're in what we might call the perfect storm. On the one hand, geopolitical changes all around us. Secondly, the impact of the oil price. It's taking clearly its toll on some of the major economies such as Saudi and Qatar. And thirdly, we have oversupply in many of the markets that we're operating in. But against all of that, you have a region where, relatively speaking, hospitality is still underpenetrated. And of course, if you expand the outlook now to include Middle East and Africa, which is also covered by my region in Marriott International, the opportunity is immense. We see today our growth at about 10,000 rooms per annum. So as we stand today, we have 90,000 rooms in operation and under construction, and by 2022 we're targeting 150,000. Most of these rooms are going to come from 5 principal markets. They're going to come from the UAE, the Kingdom of Saudi, they're going to come from Egypt, Nigeria and South Africa. These are countries where our focus in terms of growth and development is at its most. The second slice of this is what is the type of growth? Is it going to be luxury? Is it going to be select? Well, our view is that most of that growth will come from select and premium brands. Luxury will still be important, so probably 20% of that growth will be luxury. But in many of these cities, particularly in the Gulf states, luxury is kind of getting to the point of saturation. So we are going to see most of that growth coming from select and premium brands.
Sounds a very ambitious program, 10,000 rooms per year. And as you say, challenging times. So how are you going to fill those?
Well, the first thing I would say is the power of the brands. With the Starwood acquisition now, we have 30 brands, and we've kind of looked at these brands from a consumer lens and have separated them into classic brands and distinctive brands. And in a way, they're offering the consumer a choice. Do I want to stay in a traditional, classic style experience, for example, a Ritz-Carlton, or do I want to stay at a more contemporary style environment, for example, a W? And with that lens, the owner community is responding and saying that is a very broad choice, and I can select a brand, either distinctive or classic, at every price point. And that is the conversation that we're engaged in with the owners, and the ability now to support this development with the largest distribution system in the industry, the biggest loyalty program in the industry with 100 million members, will generate and drive value. And at the end of the day, that's how owners choose who they partner with, is what value do you bring to the table, in which brand, and what premium are you going to give me compared to your competition.
Well, as you say, 30 brands, it can be a bit confusing for the consumer, doesn't it, with so many brands under the umbrella?
Well, what's interesting is that this is the portfolio at the time we acquired Starwood, and each and every one of these brands was a living, breathing, competing brand in its own marketplace. And our mission now is to wrap around these brands our loyalty programs, which are linked today between Marriott Rewards and SPG, to give our consumers lots of choice of not only where they earn points, but where they redeem points. And what we find is that each and every one of these brands has a following, has distinct following that keeps that brand alive and successful.
We're talking here in Dubai, and W's just made introduction to the Dubai market with a second hotel opening not too far away on the Palm. What's been the impact so far of W in Dubai?
Very good. The first, of course, is the Hub Tour City, W, that opened, again getting tremendous following and ramping up very, very quickly. The beauty of Dubai is, despite nearly 100,000 rooms, the demand is there. Q1 has just closed, according to STRG, with 86% occupancy. These are unbelievable numbers by any stretch of the imagination. And the W has literally taken off from the moment we opened the doors. A tremendous buzz.
So at AHIC this year, the theme is Catalyst for Change. So what's going to be, they're looking at IT, the cloud, technology. What's going to be the catalyst for
I think
Marriott?
two things for Marriott International we're focusing on. First, technology. There's disruption everywhere in technology. It's not just the OTAs anymore, of course. It's the social media platforms. It's the sharing economy. All these are disruptions of change. So investment in technology for us is hugely important. Because of Starwood, we can now make big bets on technology in hundreds of millions. And this is going to be deployed largely on our guest-facing technology. We were the first to innovate in this space in many areas. First to launch mobile check-in, mobile checkout. First to launch keyless entry into the rooms. All these things are critically important in what is today a mobile-focused consumer.
Yeah.
But the second stage of that evolution of investment in technology is now experiences. Our guests are telling us, yes, we want a hotel stay, but we want an experience, particularly in the premium and the luxury end of our brands. And here is where we're making significant investments in providing guests options for experiences.